when you're young and just getting into something, or if you're older and just getting into something, every day can be exciting, and you you see yourself breaking through into new ground frequently, and it happens all the time. And as you progress and become more advanced and you get to a higher level, you find that those kind of days they come less frequently. And you, in terms of weightlifting, measuring your personal bests or your personal records, you can get a little frustrated sometimes that you're not breaking lifetime PRs every single session. But I think it's important to keep in mind the idea of where you're at within a training cycle, and keep the days that matter separated from the rest. That you're always working to get better, but that doesn't mean you have to constantly test yourself. And there is something to be said for holding back for the sake of a training cycle instead of going all out every single session and possibly risking damaging your chances of doing something that you have programmed in to do. And today was an example of that for me. I came in and had I did a little bit of a pre-exhaust on my benching, and then got into my normal weights, and then I came over to what is normally a 5x5-ish squat workout for me, and with 405, and people who have seen this before know that this is a relatively lightweight for me, and this day is more focused on conditioning and focused on keeping my technique when I'm tired. And I did the first 2 sets with about a 45-second rest and was feeling pretty strong, and I decided that I didn't want to do the last 3 sets with that same tempo. I wanted to do something a little different, and so I decided that I would combine the last 3 sets into one set. And so instead of doing a set of 5, I was going to do 405 for 15. And you're going to watch that right now, and I'll say that I definitely could have kept going. I ended up hitting 16 reps at this. The first 10 are pretty much going at this same pace with a 1 breath in between. I was so focused on getting to that number that I just blew through the first 10. And I think on the 12th or 13th rep, I had a little bit of a misgroove, and you kind of see that I came forward a little bit, and it threw off the groove. But I did 16 because sometimes I miscount when I'm oxygen deprived. And I had a couple of people ask me, Ben, why didn't you go for a PR? Why didn't you try to get the most you've ever done? The most I've ever repped out 405 on squat was about 2 years ago, before I had before I went through a period where I had some injuries happen, and I did it 18 times. And I definitely feel like on this day I could have done that, but if I would have gotten 18 reps, I would have made myself go for 20, just because it's a nice round number and it's one of those things. And I really had to fight myself in the middle of this and say, you know what, it's not worth it to me to risk what is hopefully going to be a PR day on Thursday just for a couple of extra reps. I know my form was about to start breaking down. You saw it on that 16th rep that I was coming forward a little bit more, and a lot can happen over the course of 4 repetitions when you're that tired with that kind of weight. And so there is something to say that you don't always have to pursue a lifetime PR every time you're there. And it doesn't happen very often when you get to a certain level, but you have to be able to see it and feel like you can do it and still hold back and make the smarter decision to put the work where it needs to be, where you're at in your training cycle. A 20 rep squat at 405 is pretty pointless for me at this point. There's no real reason for that. It doesn't really fit into my training for any particular reason other than an ego lift and just to say that I've done it. And there might be time for that in the future, but today wasn't the day, because 740 needs to fall on Thursday, and that is going to be the goal. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. For everybody who gave their opinion on whether or not the daily vlog should happen, it looks like most people who commented were down with the idea, and the people that were not so into it won't be affected because it's not going to be on this channel. So I'm going to be starting a second channel probably over the weekend when I have a little bit of time, and start uploading some vlogs where I'll talk about different things, like life and relationships and stuff, and it's going to just be a little bit more free, and I'm not going to worry as much about those videos and their content. It's just going to be kind of talking and a little bit more of just me and just you guys. So hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you again on Thursday. Thanks. Bye.